You are either having a mental problem or you are just a fraud. There's no compatibility. And to these guys, even if it's going to take them 100 years, on the 21st of February, 1804, was the first jihad in the Hausa kingdom of northern Nigeria. Let me show you what that is, what that was. Until 1804, this was the original map of what is today's Nigeria. There was no single place for Fulanis in Nigeria. They have no any affinity or any, they are not indigenous to Nigeria, ever. Until the 21st of February, 1804, when Malam Uthman Danfodio staged the first, bloodiest jihad, and they wiped off this entire yellow area of northern Nigeria. They wiped them off. All the Hausa leaders there, they wiped them off. And that yellow area is now a bloody area where the Fulani terrorists have, enforced their Sharia this and Sharia that to what you are saying today, the killings, the kidnapping, and all the armed groups that you are witnessing today in this 2024. 220 years ago. 220 years ago. This was what it was like. Or this is what it was like. There's no Fulani in Nigeria. They don't get any indigenous whatever to Nigeria. And this is not a Fulani phobia or whatever it is. So it is the facts. And if it's going to take them another 200 years to clear all this green area, blue area, all this other Yoruba, everywhere to clear all of us, they will wait and do it. It doesn't matter how many of them that will die. Even if it's going to take them another 300 years, it doesn't matter. As long as that contraption continues to exist, it's going to be a matter of time. You and I will probably be gone. And then in 300 years' time, as they are holding this, the people will actually see that they will be like, oh, they used to call this place Nigeria, but it is now called Nigeristan. And they will say that you and I, our ancestors, our forebears, we never existed. We have never. And because the people who are supposed to actually ward them off with all the weapons, Nigeria as a country, they have over 800 military, police, civil defense, the Navy, the Air Force, and all of them personnel, both active and reserve, over 800,000. These guys are not up to 10,000, like properly armed ones. But because, on the one hand, what is called takia is what their political class they are using. They will be telling the rest of us that we are just being paranoid. On the one hand, they will pretend that they are condemning them. But behind the scene, they are actually empowering and encouraging them by controlling how you and I react to them. You are just overreacting. This whole thing, we should bring you see, you will expect the military to go and crush them. Their political class are saying, no, they will use non-kinetic approach. That is, let us kind of accommodate them and see how to coexist with them. It is called takia. And as long as that contraption exists, our own children and their own children and their own children, they would have to deal with all of this. The jihad, the bloody one. And that is why the idea of breaking up that contraption should never be taken with kid gloves or levity. I love Nigeria. You must be mad. If you have an idea what is in stock for you, you will come out the knife right now and you will cut the entire thing off. And that is what we are dealing with. So they went to a community in Kebbi State, yeah, and they killed 15 people. It is an area called Mera in Algie local government area of northern Nigeria, Kebbi State. Killing people is not really a big thing for them. Okay? Because most of those that are going to be their victims, majority of them are just some harmless civilians. And normally, the intelligence community of Nigeria should ordinarily have all it takes to get rid of them. But because of those who are shielding them, protecting them, they are powerful people. State governors, senators, Satan of Sokoto, emir of this and that. These are those who are actually like shielding them. Even though they will come to the public and talk as if to say they want the government to do something. No, they don't want them to do anything. In Niger State, the governor of Niger State, Bago, publicly said they would meet with the terrorists. Do you know that in Niger State alone, the terrorists in Niger State alone controls more than half of Niger State as we speak? They call it ungoverned areas. The state government is giving terrorists money not to attack their farms, not to attack this or that. And those areas where they can't control, they actually abandon the people there right now in Nigeria. And majority of you probably don't even know that. I will keep reminding you. I will. They pretend that everything is fine. Because what they want is that they want all of us to pretend that everything is fine. And stop being paranoid. Oh, it's because you don't like Islam. It's because you don't like the North. No, it is not because we don't like you. It's because you have terrorists that you are abhorring. You are, oh my God, like terrorists who are actually like feeling untouchable. Simply because they are your brothers. And we, the Kafiris, the unbelievers, we are just living on a borrowed time. It's going to be a matter of time before you put all of us where we belong. And that is where 6 feet under, if we are lucky to be buried, because you rather chop us into pieces. Nigeria in 2024 have places called ungoverned areas. Ungoverned areas. And the advancement may be slow, but it is very, very coordinated and steady. Nigeria is disarming us for our murderers, for our killers to come for us. I can't hold a gun in that contraption without being sent to jail. I'll be charged with some criminal charges that sometimes you'll be like, this one doesn't even exist. They say, yeah, we're charging you with that, terrorism, treason. Because I say something on social media, they will charge me for terrorism and treason. So stop asking, what are the military doing? What is it? No. There's nothing they can do because they are trained to defend the regime, the people in power. That is their job. Their job is not to protect you, protect me, or defend Nigeria. Even though they might claim that all the time, but that is not their job. The police will get all the weapons to shoot at you if you decide to stage a protest. The military will warn you. The DSS will begin to threaten you if you decide that we are going to start a protest next week. But when it comes to these terrorists, they have to cherry pick and all that. So this is the new terror group, and I'm probably like happy that you are aware of them. So you'll be hearing more from them as well. You will be hearing more. A lady that raised the alarm, who said that they are coming in, they are kidnapping them, they are raping them and all that. He has been arrested and they have charged her for inciting women against government. That is what they charged her for. Nigeria police have arrested her. They've confirmed that they've arrested her. And they said, our offense is that she is inciting women against government. Like, what the heck? He is from Sokoto State, the state where those Lakurawa terrorists, where they are. And you and I are the people overreacting. Make that make sense. When the Fulani terrorists were ransacking and murdering people inside massacring people in their homes, in their sleeps, they turned this middle belt part of Nigeria, they turned it into burial graveyard of innocent people, women, children, elderly, that they slaughtered. There's no single Fulani terrorist that is standing trial in Nigeria today. There is no single Boko Haram terrorist that is standing trial today for terrorism. There is no one single person, single ISWAP terrorist that is standing trial in Nigeria today. Do you know that? But there are NSAS protesters who have been in prison since 2020 for over 4 years now. Protesters. They have been moved from one prison to the other. There is no court that is letting them go because they protested against brutal police elite called the SARS, murderous group. There are people who are still in prison right now because they protested against the end bad governance in Nigeria. You see those ones that have been arrested before? Well, they used to arrest terrorists in Nigeria only for them to break them out of prisons in a well-coordinated, state-sponsored prison breaks in Nigeria. And wherever they manage to to arrest any of these terrorists by any chance, they will keep them in their detention until when they will break them out. There's none of them standing trial and say, oh, this 50 terrorists, they are standing trial for killing people in Borono, or killing people in Kebbi, or killing people in Jos, or killing people. No. You will never see them in any court. Not a single one. We used to see them in court. Kabiru Sokoto, they bombed the Madala bomb by, mastermind in Abuja. He was arrested and he was put on trial. Unfortunately, the person that kept him away, broke him out of prison at the time, is your vice president today, shitty man, Kabiru Sokoto. So you may see them as terrorists. These ones are scary. These ones are terrorists. This and that. They kidnap young men and women, IPOB members in eastern part of Nigeria. They lock them up in different prisons across Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu got kidnapped for asking for a referendum that they want to leave this contraption. They don't want to be part of this anymore. They celebrated it in northern Nigeria. They celebrated the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu in northern Nigeria because to them, Nnamdi Kanu is more dangerous than those who are actually killing them, kidnapping them, killing innocent people, burning down properties, burning down villages, and taking over expanse of areas called ungoverned area. They see them as fighting for their Allah. So you and I can see them as terrorists, but no. They see them as brothers. They are willing to join them. Even the famous speech of Tifnumbu talking about recruit 50 million youth. It was talking about how easy it has become. So how easy it has become for these terrorists to recruit the untrained, unschooled, unskilled, jobless northerners.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. I mean, that's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them by illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
70 years old man.
He's referring to the recruitment process of the terrorists in northern Nigeria. Even though more of them are like now available, they are now available to be recruited. They are disarming us. They are disarming us for this war-ready, armed to the teeth group of Islamists. These ones who believes that the Nigeria that you are seeing is the estate of their forefathers, Uthman Dan Fodio. I cannot brush that off. They believe it. A governor said, all the Fulanis all over the world believe that Nigeria is their country. It doesn't matter where they are coming from. Nigeria is their headquarters. Nigeria is their country. So one day, they will make Nigeria the country they want it to be. A caliphate. And you can say it is impossible. It's impossible. I bet all this Hausa region, then I bet most of them are dead now, 200 years ago, or maybe 220 years ago, or let's say 250 years ago. They also believe that it is impossible for anybody to come and wipe them off. Today, they are no more. Now, when I was growing up, I always hear the three biggest ethnic groups in Nigeria, largest ethnic group in Nigeria, the Hausas, the Yorubas, and the Igbos. Today, what you now have is they will be saying Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. And when you meet the Hausas, they will tell you, you need to give us gun. We can't wait to actually kill all these Fulanis. No joke. The Fulanis are saying they came to save the Hausas because Hausas are idol worshippers. It was them who came to save them by giving them Islam. But the Hausas are ungrateful. And that's why the Hausas will tell you that the people that these guys are killing in northern Nigeria, they are the Hausas to further continue to wipe them off. This is reality today. The people of the Middle Belt, who they used to call the northern Nigeria, they themselves are now rejecting it. The Kambaris, the Bagis, the Dibos, the Bari, the Agatu, the Eloi, the Alado, the TVs. They are all saying, no, we are not Fulani, we are not northern Nigeria, simply because of how destructive, how evil that these religious criminals, terrorists have become. They are killing them. When it is pretty much convenient for them, they will say they are the same. This is a lie to sow to us. So even if me and you live for another 50 years and we die, by dying with that lie, without telling our children the truth, and then our children begin to believe truly that they are Nigerians, they are one Nigerians, until the day they will cut off their heads, and then they will become minority. Once they become minorities, then they will just be like, and the moment they become minorities, that's it, it's over. We are not the ones who hate Nigeria. The evil-minded people that we are forced to live with, our forebearers, they were forced to live with these people. They are those who hate Nigeria. So break it up so that everybody can defend their own territories from this murderous caravan of terrorists. So I can actually join the army of the Yorubas and defend Yoruba land. You can join the army of the Igbo land or the Biafra land and defend the Biafra land. You will not be deceived to say, oh, if you stand up for Biafra, you are enemy of Nigeria. Nigeria is your enemy. Nigeria is our enemy. Everything around it shows that it is a weapon fashioned against us. That is not a wrong thing to say. We may never have a chance of actually really defending ourselves. We continue to live the lie that they want us to live. These guys don't care. You ask the question of where are the security guys? Where is the military? Where is this and that? Ask yourself, where are they? Do you think they don't see this? Of course they do. Apparently, they are just there to defend and protect the regimes. Whoever is there in their regime or their government, their job is to protect them. From who? From you. They are supposed to be protecting you from these terrorists, or these terrorist ideas, ideals, the gatherings. They are supposed to save us from them, but no, they won't. They will never protect us from them. They will tell you that they didn't give them the order to go after them because they are waiting to be given the order. But the people that will give the order, they are the same people encouraging these terrorists. So do you expect them to give the order and say, yeah, go and bomb them? No, they won't. They won't. Impoverish us and all of that stuff, and then we wait to be killed. "15 people. That could have been me. That could have been you. If I was from Kebbi State, that could be a member of my family. That you are not from Kebbi, maybe then it's none of your business. One day you are going to open the news and it's going to say 30 people killed in Lagos, 50 people killed in Ogun, 80 people killed here, 90 people killed here. And then you are like going to say, oh my God, they entered our villages, they killed my... It is the same template. We are not safe. We are not. We are just 1 minute away from a disaster. We are just a disaster waiting to happen. Yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivors, obviously, will be the tomorrow's victims. We are all waiting for our turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. The chief of army staff that died, we got the report that he died as far back as the 19th of October. That was last month. The Nigerian army denied it. The Nigeria Tifnumbu's regime denied it. There were other things that we were told until when they finally came out 2 days ago or so to announce it. But that was after they've selected a junior officer to replace him. Now we are hearing that he didn't die of cancer, of prostate cancer, like it's reported. He was poisoned. You see, it is a bit of a mixed feeling. If you remember that it was also this guy, Lagbaja, that went to Okwama, where the people, a riverine community that got trapped in the politics of oil bunkering in Nigeria. And the Nigerian army that was supposed to keep us safe, they are the ones involved in oil bunkering, stealing of Nigeria crude oil. Between them, something went wrong. They opened fire on themselves. They killed themselves to cover it up. days after these guys were killed. They were killed and buried. So they manufactured their stories. This Lagbaja manufactured story. And the story was that these two brothers, these two communities were fighting over land, which never happened.